paid for it. That's why he hit up top, like he belong there. And when he taking off, it's like he own air. Trying to hide down, like the birds do. It's all over with styles, just flying over you. Don't forget the name, the name is his to claim. With your DNA, we about to change the thing. Everybody get ready to fly. It's time to the top, let's go. Get ready to fly. To the pencil of paper, pen and pad, these pictures of public pieces sliding to the bleachers, reaching insurmountable odds. I'm out there who will save us from the bullets we dodge. So many hitters in line, no doubt. I see the people staring all eyes, like to ride the image scrimmage and I beat them aside. Now I'm flying hard, AJ, aka Lionheart, flying guard, no deny, finish what my mind starts. Everybody get ready to fly. It's time to the top, let's go. It's time, everybody get ready to fly. It's time, let's go. Let's go to the top, to the top. Get ready to fly. Get ready to fly. Let's go. A-J, it's time. Everybody get ready to fly. A-J, to the top, to the top. Let's go. Everybody get ready to fly.
What's up, everybody? This is the TNA Wrestling Fan Zone owner right here, Travis Neely. This is an exclusive right here for Revolution Wrestling Weekend. It's been a great weekend so far. We had an interview with Prodigy Snake, interviewed by Fatback Greasy. Everybody check that out. It was an awesome interview. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the podcast for Revolution Wrestling. We will be talking everything Revolution Wrestling, things from the past, things from the present, everything Revolution Wrestling. We all going to talk about it right here on this broadcast. And I have a special guest right here on the show. I have two Revolution Wrestling superstars right here on the show. I have Prodigy Snake, and I have the a-hole Scott Anderson, as you want to call him right now, Scott Angle. He's done changed his name. I'll let him tell the fans why he's changed his name. But ladies and gentlemen, also I have my co-host for tonight, the TNA Wrestling Fan Zone World's YouTube Podcast Champion, Michael Miner. And I want to go ahead and give Michael Miner the take it over for the show right now, and then we'll introduce our guests.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am your TNA YouTube's undisputed podcast champion. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I am a big fan of backyard wrestling. I'm a big fan of Revolution Wrestling, big fan of Prodigy Snake here, and a big fan of Scott Anderson. I want a big thank you to Travis. Travis got me into Revolution Wrestling. There's other wrestling companies that I'm starting to like. CHW, Crazy Hardcore Wrestling, and Extreme Showdown Wrestling at Somerset, Texas. Big shout out to you guys. This has been my dream. I finally get to be here to get to interview two of the greatest Revolution Wrestling superstars, one former champion and one current champion that won his match at the tribute show. I had been one kick-ass tribute show. So, Travis, you take it away, my friend.
All right, and I want to introduce our special guest. We have the TNA Wrestling Fan Zone is here, but anyway, this is Revolution Wrestling. Anyway, I want to introduce the Revolution Wrestling World's Heavyweight Champion, your new champion, Prodigy Snake. I want to welcome you to the show. Say hello to the fans.
How y'all doing?
And I want to welcome our next guest to the show. He's was a manager. He's part of the administration. You see him on the last show at Spook Show with Mike Houston. He turned back a long time ago, turned on Prodigy Snake. Scott Anderson, introduce yourself.
Yeah, what up?
That's cool. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off on this broadcast. We're going to get an in-depth interview right now. We're going to find out the scoop right here and right now. Scott Anderson, why did you turn on your buddy Prodigy Snake?
Questions, answers. Why? Because I can. That's why.
Prodigy Snake, you got any, what's your opinion on this?
You know, if only we could have looked at the future, you would have been better off sticking by my side. Instead, you sold out.
He sure did. Michael Miner, what do you have to say? What do you have to say? Do you have to say anything about this situation? What is your opinion on all this?
Not really. I mean, wow, I've been trying to catch back up on Revolution Wrestling. I haven't seen the Spook show. I have to go back and check that out. Wow, I mean, one person portrays a friend like they do back in WWE kind of deal, but wow.
Yeah, it's not good. See, Scott Anderson, he turned on Prodigy Snake at Front Yard Mania, and everything like that. It was also he turned past then too because he joined Loose Cannon. I don't know why he joined the Loose Cannon. Scott Anderson, why did you join the Loose Cannon, and why are you with the administration now?
Don't y'all get it? I'm the a-hole. I do what I want, where I want, and when I want. Period.
That's good to say. Good to hear. Prodigy Snake, anything on that? Opinion on that?
You know, you must be living pretty good off Mike's payroll because, I mean, everything was going good for you. Then you just threw it all away. Threw the Brotherhood away. You threw basically the fans away. For what? For Mike? For Houston? I think overall you just sold out. That's the bottom line. You didn't know where to go. You betrayed me, therefore you probably didn't have any other options. I think you joined the administration just to get at me. Just like you did when you joined Loose Cannon.
Scott, what do you have to say?
As the old saying goes, money talks and BS walks.
I see that. Michael Miner, anything on this, what Scott Anderson just mentioned?
Not really. Not at all. I mean, wow. See, here's a lot of things haven't seen in a while, so wow.
Yeah, it's been quite a feud between this Scott Anderson. He turned dirty. I don't know why, but why? I heard this, Scott. Why did you change your name from Anderson to Scott Angle? I want you to tell all the fans out there, they wondering why you changed your name.
Well, again, I'm the a-hole. I do what I want, where I want, when I want. And for those who want to believe it or not, that's your opinion. I got permission from my home dog, Kurt himself, to do it. So I did it.
Alrighty then, the fans have heard it. We're going to move on from this situation because it's just a crazy situation. We're going to move on to the administration, Mike Houston. Mike Houston's reign has come to an end. Thank goodness. Prodigy Snake is your new world's heavyweight champion. Prodigy Snake, tell the world how you feel after you won that title match.
Well, it was unbelievable. I mean, I thought Mike was going to pull another ace out of his sleeve, but straightforward match, which honestly I got to pay a lot of respect to Mike on that one. But felt pretty good to finally, all winter long had the bounty. That finally ended. Like I mentioned last night, the beginning of my theme song says, if you want peace, prepare for war. And that's exactly what I did. Overcame the odds. Feel really good about it.
I feel really good about it. I was so happy about it. And I want to get to this situation here right now. And, I mean, I didn't see him. He was not on the tribute show for the Animal. Scott Anderson, Scott Angle, why were you not with Mike Houston and his little goons? Why was you not there? Was you trying to, is there some kind of plan up your sleeve on the next show or something? What is the deal?
Let's just say the boss had me out on business that day. Otherwise, I gladly would have been there.
Okay. Anything you want to say since you wasn't there? Anything you want to say to the Animal? Your respects to the Animal since you wasn't at the tribute show.
Yes, the Animal was one of a kind. He was a great guy. I do have the utmost respect for him.
That's awesome. Michael Miner, do you want to ask Prodigy Snake or Scott Anderson any question you want before we move on to some more topics for Revolution Wrestling? It's open floor for you, Michael.
Let's see. I've got one for pretty much Prodigy Snake. What were you, to me, when I saw the video, the open show, what were your thoughts and what best matches did you have with the Animal?
Actually, I never got that opportunity, unfortunately. I think it would have been a hell of a match, hell of a show, but I never got that opportunity.
All right. I think that's about it for me.
All right, cool. And we're going to move on to another topic. I mentioned this in the interview with Prodigy Snake, but we're also going to add to this your announcers for Revolution Wrestling. You have Cocaine Kelly. You have Admiral Angry. Okay, we talked about that in an interview. Fatback Greasy talked about that in an interview with Prodigy. Anyway, we're going to add to this Punch Drunk Polly. Also, who else on the commentators? Skeeter's on there. Anyway, what is your opinion on Punch Drunk Polly, Prodigy Snake?
Honestly, I mean, when you throw him on commentary, it's crazy. I mean, there's times where he'll just say something totally random, and like even if there's a dead spot in the match, he just says something just at that right moment, and it brings kind of all that energy back together. So I'd have to say he's definitely good to have. Sometimes I just think he might have a few too many as far as the random comments he says, but I love hearing him on commentary. I mean, just totally random.
He is. He's a random person, and I want to add to this, Shake and Bake. Give your opinions on Shake and Bake.
I'd have to say about the same. I mean, each of the commentators in Revolution all have their own unique little quirks to them that just, when you mix them together, it's just awesome to hear the commentary just as it is watching the match. So, I mean, all of them, you have Admiral Angry, who he just doesn't care. Then you have, Punch Drunk Paul, you have, Cocaine Kelly. You just keep throwing those together, and then you have Shake and Bake, and it's it's an awesome combination, no matter which 2 or 3 you want to throw in there. Shake and Bake, definitely unique also. I think he's more combined, I should say, with Punch Drunk Paulie. But, yeah, just overall unique. And that's one thing that brings a lot to Revolution Wrestling.
That's right. I mean, the commentators are the best. In Backyard Wrestling, Scott Anderson, what is your opinion? Do you like the announcers? Do you don't like the announcers? I know how you don't like things, but go ahead and tell the world, what do you think about some of the announcers in Revolution Wrestling?
Well, if anybody wants to believe this or not, I do love every single one of our commentators. I give them 5 stars. The difference from our commentators to pro commentators, they can say any freaking thing they want. They can cuss, anything. That's the thing that I love about yard wrestling. We're not scripted. Well, we are, but we're not, in a sense. And that just goes the same for us, for the wrestlers. We can say what we want, where we want, when we want.
Exactly. I want to ask you, Scott. I asked Fatbags asked Prodigy Snake this last night in an interview about when FYW switched over to Revolution Wrestling. Do you prefer the trampoline, the base, or the new wrestling ring? Which do you prefer?
Well, unfortunately, as everybody knows, I haven't really had a lot of matches in the FYW before we became Revolution even. But I guess I would have to agree with the trampoline because that's what I started on. And I don't even think I've had a match on the base even.
Yeah, I mean, Fatback Greasy interviewed Prodigy Snake. He preferred the trampoline as well. I mean, you can do a lot on the trampoline. It's more high-flying stuff. You can do a lot of moonsaults, aerial stunts, anything you want on the trampoline. I know the ring is good for professional wrestling, but you have the springs and the trampoline, which is awesome. Michael Miner, what do you prefer? Tell the fans, what do you prefer in Revolution Wrestling? Do you like the trampoline base or the new wrestling ring?
To me, if I were to pick my favorites, I'm going to have to go more with the ring. I mean, I love to be one day to get myself inside a ring and practice my kind of way of wrestling. I mean, to me, having the ring, it'd be an awesome to have experience of what it feels like to be inside of a real ring.
I would love to get in the ring myself. Fatback Greasy, he's the champ. He's the new champion, King England champ. You have all these new champions here at the TNA Wrestling Fan Zone. They 5-time, they so many time champions here. They would love to get in the ring, especially go after Scott Anderson, because I tell you what, Willie Joe, he don't like Scott Anderson because he never gives him a cigarette. So anyway, who cares about that? But anyway, I want to move on to this and this too. Mike Houston and the administration at past shows, like at the first show at New Horizons, at Revolution Wrestling, the first show, he had his administration, introduced his administration. You had Adam Ward, you had Crypt, you had Scott Anderson, and all his little goons. Anyway, I don't know why he started this administration thing, but anyway, Scott Anderson, you want to tell the world and tell everybody why you like the administration and why do you like all your little goons, Adam Ward, and everything like that.
No comment.
I figured that one. Prodigy Snake, take it.
Well, I mean, someone's got to change Houston's diaper. I mean, someone's got to warm up his bottle. Well, let's see here. There was an incident where Adam Ward got involved in my match with Crypt. Yeah, well, he didn't exactly stay on the apron that long. And a big thanks to Kyle Cash on that one. Beat Crypt, okay? Beat Houston. Honestly, what good's the administration if they can't hold their own? If they need each other to fight each other's battles, what good's the administration? They're not.
We're going to move on to this topic, and I want to know this. I wanted to know if Scott Anderson has the scoop on this situation. After Prodigy Snake's victory, Mike Houston shook Prodigy Snake's hand, gave Prodigy Snake a hug, and left the ring. Scott Anderson, is this a trick up Mike Houston's sleeve? Because he's got something going on. Scott Anderson, I know you know the scoop because you big buddies with the founder. I want to know this. I know all the fans want to know this. What does Mike Houston have up his sleeve?
I gotta be honest here on this. You know, I really haven't talked to him much about that. So, really, I do not know.
Alrighty then. So we're going to move on. Same question for you, Scott. The administration broke. They lost everything at the tribute show. Mike lost. You have Mike's buddies, the Daniels clan. They're not doing so good right now. What do you think about all what happened at the tribute show? Do you don't like it, or what do you think about the administration falling apart at the tribute show?
Well, right now I'm really not sure what to think. I seriously hope none of this has to do with me. If it does, well, enough said there on that.
Michael Miner, what do you have to say about this situation where Mike Houston shook hands with Prodigy and then hugged Prodigy after the title match? It's great respect for the animal, but do you think Mike Houston has something up his sleeve?
To me, I think he does. I think, to me, we're giving him a handshake and a hug. To me, that right there was a respect for the animal, but to me, I think he's got something sneaky up his sleeve.
Yeah, I kind of agree on that because it's just you can't trust Houston. But anyway, Prodigy Snake did mention a while ago the return of Kyle Cash after the administration took him out at last season's show at Spook Show. He returned, super kicked Adam Ward, and he had a match with Adam Ward. What a match that was. Your winner, Kyle Cash, was victorious. Prodigy Snake, Kyle Cash is the man. I would love to see him go against his brother one more time. Prodigy, what do you think about this big, shocking return for Kyle Cash getting his revenge on the administration?
Well, let me put it this way. Okay, you had the administration and the Daniels clan basically trying to do whatever they want, when they want, how they want. But what I think Mike doesn't realize is that the revolution was always there. Now you have the return of Kyle Cash. You had all the wrestlers that aren't in the administration and that aren't in the Daniels clan pulling together and finding a way to bring those two factions down. Mike wanted a revolution. Well, we're going to give him a revolution. Only he's not going to like it. So I think Kyle Cash's return was a big point of things to come. I think the revolution's majorly about to start, and I think there's going to be a lot of good things coming from this.
It sure will, and I can't wait. Mike Houston, you wanted a revolution, you going to get it. Michael Miner, what you saw Kyle Cash return. The revolution is fixing to start with your new world's champion Kyle Cash return, but you have your world's champion Prodigy Snake starting the revolution. Michael Miner, what do you think about Kyle Cash coming in and beat Adam Ward from the administration? And I'll get Scott Anderson's opinion on this after.
To me, it's really cool to see Kyle Cash. I've never seen any of his matches on Revolution Wrestling, but him coming back, to me, like everybody said, to me, when I look at his face, he looks like his brother. They look like they're twins. I mean, the way you see Kyle Cash and Mike Houston, I'm like, whoa, did Mike Houston just went and go change his clothes and super kick Adam Ward, and then went back, and then he had to defend his title? I'm like, whoa, what is this a twin magic like the Bella twins here? But I have to say, seeing Kid Cash, Clash, or the guy's name, really awesome. It's really cool. I can't wait to see what happens with him.
Scott Anderson, you saw Kyle Cash return. I know you didn't like it. What do you have to say about the epic return, the biggest shocker tribute show? What do you think about this? It's awesome, I think.
What do I think? I don't care. No comment.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from Scott Anderson. He has a lot of no comments tonight, but we have an awesome champion in Revolution Wrestling. We're gonna move on to a couple more topics tonight. We're gonna move on to the tag team division. You had a big title match at the tribute show. You had the Daniels clan defending their titles against the Wicked Brothers, also against Rikazi and OAB, and also Reg and Veg Connection. They won the #1 contender match at the Spook Show, and that was awesome at Spook Show. If y'all haven't even saw Spook Show, check it out. Reg and Veg were Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. That was an amazing Outsiders in Revolution Wrestling. That was amazing. But we're going to give our opinions on each team in the tag division. Prodigy Snake, we'll go with you. What do you think about Reg Veg, Rikazi, OAB, the Twisted Wicked Brothers, and the Daniels clan, which is no more now?
Well, Reg and Veg, when they come out, it's always a treat. Like you had mentioned when they pulled the Outsiders Act, that was unexpected, but that was great to see. I think Reg and Veg, they have a lot of pull. They have a lot of ability, and they're going to go far. They're probably going to stay together for a long time. OAB and Rikazi, that tag team was kind of, I mean, I think it could have worked, honestly. I think it was a new tag team, just kind of feeling the waters type thing. But I guess there's a lot of friction between OAB and Rikazi now, but Rikazi went off with Harakiri, turned on OAB, so there might be some retaliation there. Don't know yet, but that kind of was definitely a unique tag team to see. The Wicked Brothers, definitely awesome to watch. Amazingly awesome to watch. I mean, they can take to the ropes, they can take to the speed. I mean, they have speed, error. Awesome.
Also, Scott Anderson, what is your opinion on this tag title match, and what do you think about Reg and Veg, your new tag team world's heavyweight champion? Okay, I guess we can find out that comment. But anyway, Prodigy Snake, I want to move on to this next topic. I don't know if Scott Anderson has the scoop on this, but I think it's awesome. I know he probably don't know. He might know what Mike Houston's deal is with this. but I'm glad this happened. Lex Rocker was revealed as one of the Daniels clan, which was awesome. I think that's what the point is in it. Lex Rocker got to Mike Houston. That was a way to get to Mike Houston to break up this group. I think it's amazing. Lex Rocker's the man. Scott Anderson, what do you think about this big reveal as Lex Rocker breaking up the Daniels clan?
That I really had no clue about.
You had no clue.
Nope.
Michael Miner, what did you think about this? Was you shocked when you saw this?
To me, I was somewhat shocked. But I mean, to me, wow, that was really awesome seeing him do that. I just can't wait to see what's going to happen next time.
Me too. I cannot wait. We all already got Prodigy Snake's opinion on. Fatback Greasy asked him about this last night, but I want to go ahead and ask Prodigy Snake. Does he have anything else he wants to say about this shocker that we saw at the tribute show?
Well, I definitely think that Lex Rocker made his point. I think he was mainly trying to tell Houston that Houston's not the only one with tricks up his sleeve. I think that statement was very, very clearly made.
I believe so too. But anyway, we also going to move on to a little topic that Fatback Greasy come up with. He had a good point here. Will there be a women's division in Revolution Wrestling? You know, Fatback asked Prodigy Snake. Prodigy Snake said that it's a possibility. Anything can happen. Michael Miner, what do you think? Do you think there should be a women's division come into Revolution Wrestling?
To me, I think so. I would like to see a women's division in Revolution Wrestling. It'd be something really cool to see. Ladies coming into the ring. To me, I would love to see that happen.
Scott Anderson, what do you think about this? Okay, Prodigy Snake, anything you want to say about that?
Well, basically, like I said last night, you know, anything can happen. I mean, it's definitely a strong possibility. I mean, with all the connections that Revolution does have. So it's definitely something that might happen in the near future. So everybody stay tuned.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's awesome. Scott Anderson has just left this call. You know, he's the a-hole. He does what he wants to. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why he left the call, but anyway, this show, this podcast. Prodigy, what do you have to say about Scott Anderson just left?
Well, like I said, he does what he wants, when he wants, how he wants, where he wants. But you know what? I think that he really, I really think that he took the wrong route. I think he should have stuck by, you know, who was loyal to him instead of taking the money.
Exactly. I mean, he joined the administration like, you know, he could have stayed good guy. I mean, he could have stayed the good route. He could have had awesome opportunities. Michael Miner, I cannot believe this. Scott Anderson left this show. I guess he's just, you know, he's the a-hole. But anyway, take it away, Michael, on this situation.
It's me seeing Scott Anderson. Hey, Scott Anderson, go have time kissing your wife's butt. I mean, come on. You got to be here to do an interview, but you got to leave to kiss your wifey's butt. Because every time I've had him try to come on my Impact Wrestling show, I get the excuse, oh, my wife is watching American Idol. My wife is doing this. Tell her go into another room, watch it somewhere else. Jeez. American Idol ain't important. Impact Wrestling is. Not some stupid American Idol that can go take a hike somewhere up in England. Go to England. Go find an England American Idol. Don't come back here.
Exactly. So we're going to move on to a couple more things before this epic podcast closes tonight. Anyway, we talked about the women's division. we have also seen many different referees in Revolution Wrestling. There's been so many. Now the referees have masks or they got their face painted. Anyways, that's crazy to see. I ain't never saw a whole referee with a whole referee shirt on with a whole referee mask. I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. Prodigy Snake, is the referees fair in Revolution Wrestling, or are they going to take up for Mike Houston and be on his payroll?
Well, it's funny that you had mentioned about them being on his payroll because during my match with Crypt, I did make a comment. Yeah, I yelled at the ref because he tried making me stay off Crypt, and I kind of wonder myself if Mike has a mask because they're on his payroll. Because they're not, I wouldn't go as far as to say they're not fair, but on the other hand, you know, it's just that incident with Crip, you know, kept being pushed off and everything, giving him time to rest. It's definitely a strong possibility that Mike's got him in his pocket.
Yep. I mean, I saw the match as well. I mean, it's just also there was a lot of there was some ref bumps in some matches. Sometimes I think it is because they're trying to help Houston. Anyway, there's so much going on, and we're going to go on to a few more, maybe 2 or 3 more topics before we close. I know all these fans want to know all this information about things happening in Revolution Wrestling. So we're going to move on to the American Championship match that happened at the Tribute Show. You had Lex Rocker, you had Brian Phoenix, and you have your new American Champion, Brian Phoenix. He said that he is coming after Houston as well. So Prodigy Snake, and I'm going to let Michael Miner take it first. What do you think about your new U.S. American Champion, Michael? What do you think about Brian Phoenix, the new champ?
Brian Phoenix as the new Revolution Wrestling Americans Champion. It's really cool. I'd like to see him now as the new champion. I want to see what he goes with his title reign. To me, him going after Houston is going to be awesome.
It sure will. And Prodigy, you can go ahead and take it away from now, for right now.
Well, definitely him coming off of that shoulder injury, you know, he's going to have to be careful because anybody he goes up against for that title, they're probably going to want to target that shoulder. At least that's what I would watch out for. Him as the new American champ, definitely awesome. I mean, definitely well-deserved. I mean, he did work hard to get back, you know, into the wrestling picture after coming off the injury. And, I mean, when a guy does that, I mean, it's definitely well-deserved. I think the match was awesome. I think that it could have went both ways at times. But I think that he's going to run with it for a little while. So I definitely think he can do it. And I definitely think it's awesome to see him as champ.
Me too. I loved when he won that belt. It was awesome. Lex Rocker, he's got some more issues to deal with Houston. So, you know what? You know, Lex Rocker's the man. He's a fan favorite now. And so we're going to move on to this next topic that I noticed at the Tribute Show. Ian Lockhart, one of the new guys, come in. He was in a match with Jimmy Jack Daniels and the Freak. During the outside, I saw his comment. Jimmy Jack was taking the advantage at the beginning of the match. Ian Lockhart was out of the ring, and he said that he thinks that Mike Houston did this on purpose, booked this match on purpose, and he said it's just not fair. Ian Lockhart said the whole match was not fair and said Jimmy Jack Daniels was just too big. So, Michael Miner, you can take this one first. What do you think about this comment from Ian Lockhart? Do you think Mike Houston did this on purpose?
Ian Lockhart, I have to say here, my friend, quit bitching, quit whining, quit complaining about, oh, this guy's too big, oh, this guy's too easy, oh, this guy's too small. Quit bitching. wrestle the match, whatever Mike Houston gives you. If I were in your situation, I would say, cool, I had a good match against this guy. I had a good match with that guy. Give me more competition. Just quit bitching and complaining about, oh, this is wrong, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that, I'm a newie. Quit bitching. If I was a new guy and I lost my first match, I'd be like, okay, next match. Dust off that match, move on to another. I mean, come on, dude. Quit bitching and complaining that this guy's too big. I mean, look at Rey Mysterio. He faced off against Big Show that's bigger than him. Does he bitch and complain, oh, this guy's too big? No. Quit bitching and complaining. Seriously.
Prodigy Snake, what do you have to say about this comment from Ian Lockhart? I mean, what do you think? Do you think it was a disadvantage? Do you think to me, I think Mike Houston, he did this match on purpose because, you know, he's with his little buddies, the Daniels clan and all this, and we had Jimmy Jack Daniels win the match. I think it was unfair myself because, I mean, it's just one big guy versus a little dude and a half medium-sized guy. But go ahead, Prodigy. Take this question away.
Well, first of all, I definitely think Houston was trying to show his power on that one. I mean, I faced Jimmy Jack in the show before the tribute show, and it's no easy task. But I do agree with Mike on that one. Instead of whining and complaining, he should have ran at Jimmy Jack full head of steam, full force. Try his damnedest. If he loses, he loses. But at least he could say that he tried, he tried what he could. So I do agree with Mike, but I do know for a fact firsthand that Jimmy Jack's no easy task. Like I said, I think that the match was unfair, but I think it was just for Mike to show his, he can do that type thing.
Yeah, I believe so too. I mean, I think, to me, the reason why Ian Lockhart said what he said and he didn't really go full at it at Jimmy Jack Daniels was because it looked like he was partying too much before his match. You saw when he come out and he was like, get a drink, get a drink, get a drink. I was like, okay, I think he's partied too much, and that's what I think about it. Prodigy, do you think he partied too much?
It's definitely a quite possibility. I mean, a lot of us were, partying it up, in tribute to the animals. So I mean, that's definitely a strong possibility. He probably may have had, one too many, especially coming out, sharing one with Punch Drunk Polly, but that could have played a strong factor in it. I mean, maybe he should try to go at him head on, one more time without, any beer or anything, and I bet she could probably do it.
Yeah, I kind of felt sorry for him, especially with that big splash at the end by Jimmy Jack. It looked like it hurt like crap.
That kind of reminded me of when Jimmy Jack drop kicked the trash can into my chest.
I bet that hurt.
Oh yeah, I can imagine how Ian Lockhart felt.
Anyway, I'm going to move on to this, and I noticed, Michael Miner, did you notice this during the opener of the show, the tribute show with Prodigy Snake and Crypt? You had some wrestlers out there, or wrestlers, fans, they had with signs with masks on, looked like Mexican people, said, see. Did you see that, Michael?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm just sitting there going, what the hell are these guys doing here? Are they all the way from Mexico to come see the show? I'm like, oh, God. I think they're just there to have fun and just say, see. I was like, oh, boy.
Prodigy Snake, who were them people?
A distraction. That's all I can say. It was kind of hard to keep, focused with those guys out there, It was definitely a distraction. I guess that's the best way I could put it.
Did they think they were Daniel Bryan or something going, see?
I'm not exactly sure what they thought, but It actually added that funny element to that video.
It sure did. I was trying to actually see what exactly the sign said, but I couldn't see it as good. It wasn't zoomed in as good. Did you get a chance to read the signs? What did they actually say?
Something had to do with GameStop, I think, or I'm not even sure. I think something said if lost, return to GameStop or something like that.
That's pretty weird. Mexicans go to GameStop. Okay. Anyway, that was a point in the match that I really was shocked to see. And moving on, I think it happened during Madman WK and Genocide. A horse was on the loose. I saw the horse, Michael Miner. I don't know if you saw that match with the horse. You saw it in the background. That horse was just gone. It was hilarious. I was like, horse on the loose. What do you have to say about the horse is on the loose, Michael?
To me, I'm gonna have to go back and watch some of the. I think later tonight or today, I might go back and watch some shows. But I had to say, wow, seeing a horse on the loose, be like, guys, you guys know there's a horse on the loose? No, why? Because there's a horse over there. Oh shit!
I think that was a first.
Revolution.
I think that was a first for backyard wrestling. Prodigy Snake, were you laughing when the horse got loose?
Oh, I was on the ground holding my ribs. Oh, man, I tell you what, that goes to show you anything can happen in backyard wrestling.
Sure is. I mean, I was shocked to see it. I mean, you have all these things that happens. You never know what happens. You have a horse, then you have Mexicans come in. It's crazy. And we're going to go on to our last topic of the night. You had these awesome fans, Madman WK and Genocide had a great last man loser leaves town match. It was great. You had Genocide. He hit some kicks, knocked out Madman WK, won the match, and Madman WK now has to leave Revolution Wrestling. Mike Houston come out, said that Madman WK is done. He ain't going to come back. And then Mike's goons jumped him. And so Genocide made his return back to help Madman WK. And then Madman WK got on the mic and said that he was going to come back soon and he was going to take out Mike. But afterward, he also told everybody that he appreciated everybody coming out to see Revolution Wrestling, and especially the super fans. Those 3 super fans that was at ringside, Fatback Greasy and Prodigy Snake talked about this last night in the interview. Michael Miner, I want you to let all the fans know what your opinion is about the great fans of Revolution Wrestling and the super fans, and then after that, I'll move on to the match with Prodigy Snake.
To me, I have to say, seeing the fans of Revolution Wrestling and seeing a lot of some of the super fans. I mean, to me, like I always said in some of the posts. I mean, to me, if it wasn't for me, man, to me, I'd be there. To me, being there to experience Revolution Wrestling, it'd be my first time seeing a show like that. It'd be so awesome to go see Revolution Wrestling show.
It would be awesome to go to. I would love to go see it live as well. Prodigy Snake, we're going to move on to the match and the fan situation. Prodigy Snake, you got anything final words to say to Madman WK? Thanking the fans. I know he's going to have to leave Revolution Wrestling. Hopefully he returns soon. What is your opinions and comments on this whole entire match and Madman WK's comments?
Amazing match. I mean, he fought it really well. If Madman does come back, I'm hoping for a match with him. overall, like I said last night, if it wasn't for the fans, we would honestly be nothing. I mean, we'd just be setting up a ring and just doing it for ourselves. So, I mean, the fans all over the world make this possible. I mean, they make it happen because, you know, guys like me, you know, we feed off that energy. You know, it just excites us even more, you know, to know that people are watching, to know that people are going to be watching. And, you know, it's the support of the fans that really, really help keep us going, come back from injuries, you know, put on the show we do.
That's great. I mean, I love the fans. The fans is what makes the show too as well. I mean, they have their chance. They cheer who they want. They boo who they want. Just like I heard what, you know, previous comments, Jeff Jarrett a long time ago. He said the fans will tell you what they want to see, and they'll tell you what they don't want to see. They tell you what they like, and they tell you what they dislike. I agree everything what Jarrett said when I heard his comment about that. But anyway, you're right, Prodigy. I agree 100% on what you say. The fans make the show. The fans come out to support the wrestlers because if it wasn't for the fans, there wouldn't be Revolution Wrestling. There wouldn't be professional wrestling at all. I mean, it would just be nothing. But anyway, Prodigy Snake, I agree with that. Anything else you want to say about this before we go on to our closing segments and shout-outs?
No, I think that pretty much covers it for the time being. I mean, there's so much that you could say. I mean, but over time it'll come to my mind.
I agree on that. So we're going to move on to our shout-outs for the night, for this podcast, for this epic podcast for Revolution Wrestling, our first podcast for this for Revolution Wrestling. I want to give my shout-outs to the whole roster at Revolution Wrestling. Everybody that's involved at Revolution Wrestling, from the people who puts the ring up, from the people who puts the stage up, the music, everybody. I mean, they do a great job each and every season of the show, every show, every season. I can't wait to see more. Anyway, Prodigy Snake, any shout-outs you want to give to all the fans, and then we'll go with the shout-outs to Michael Miner.
Oh, man, I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, everybody on Facebook, everybody on YouTube. I mean, Jeff Ferguson, of course, you guys. My mind's actually blank right now because there's so many that I can thank. I mean, all of them I thank every time. Every time I'm able to, you know, put on a show, or, you know, even right now. I mean, I guess I'd have to say thank you to all my fans.
Michael Miner, shout-outs, you take it away.
Pretty much my shouts for the night. Big shout out to Prodigy Snake for joining us. I mean, to me, now I finally get to talk with Prodigy. I might talk to him more on Facebook and all that kind of deal. Big shouts to a lot of all the Revolution Wrestling wrestlers and everything else, the commentators, to the refs, to the guys that have set up the set and everything else. Big shouts to you guys. I can't wait to see more this spring and summer. I just hope to God I get my license. If I get my license, I'm out of here and I'm going to go see me a Revolution Wrestling show.
That would be awesome. I wish I could get on that plane and head up there to see Revolution Wrestling. That would be amazing as well. Closing comments, closing segment right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll go ahead and give my closing segment right here. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Prodigy Snake for coming on here. I want to thank even Scott Anderson for coming on here, even though he left. He does what he wants to. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for this big, awesome weekend for Revolution Wrestling, the return of Revolution Wrestling Fan Zone. I've really enjoyed this. Fatback Greasy really enjoyed the interview last night with Prodigy Snake. Anyway, I want to go ahead and give my announcement right here. For now on, Revolution Wrestling FanZone will have preview shows, we'll have review shows, and on your preview shows, I will have, right now, just confirmed it earlier, we will have Prodigy Snake on every preview show. We will have Prodigy Snake on every Revolution Wrestling shows. Also, I'm in contract negotiations with Prodigy Snake. We might be getting contract signed. I'm hoping we might get him signed on the Showtime at the Zone shows. Crossing my fingers on that one. So you might see your Revolution Wrestling FanZone World's Heavyweight Champion on Showtime at the Zone. Some appearances on Showtime at the Zone. It would be amazing to see that. That's my announcements for this podcast show. I'm going to give Prodigy Snake his comments or announcements, everything he wants to say to all the fans before we close tonight. Take it away, Prodigy Snake.
All I can say is to everybody watching, to all the fans, let's keep making this happen. You know, I'm behind you guys are behind me. Let's keep that world title on me. Let's make this happen and keep the train rolling.
That's right. And Michael Miner, what is your closing statement for tonight?
Well, you see my closing segment. You see, Prodigy Snake, I will take you on as the undisputed YouTube World Podcast Champion. I'll take you on for your Revolution Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship, brother. You see, I am a championship material, but ladies and gentlemen, as my closing moments, you see, Adam Ward, I challenge you, boy. You see, Mike Houston, you better take me to give to Adam Ward because, you see, I'll take that punk out for you. I'll take that kid out in 1, 2, 3. I'll give him the Stone Cold Stunner. I'll give him the Hulkster, the Pythons. But I would say closing thoughts, awesome podcast tonight. I had to do that tonight, you know, just to get myself a little promo there, so maybe possibly someday near future I might become a future world champ for Revolution Wrestling, as you know that. What's up, ladies? But yeah, I have to say, great show, and yeah, that's about it.
I want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight for Revolution Wrestling FanZone podcast, the first ever podcast show. Tune in tomorrow night. It will be the review show for the tribute show for the Animal. We're going to have exclusive matches. I done got confirmation we are going to air the 2 matches. It will be the Prodigy Snake versus Crypt, and the main event will air on Revolution FanZone's tribute show. It's going to be great. I can't wait to air them matches. It was great matches. It's going to happen tomorrow night, Sunday night. It's going to be awesome and amazing, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to thank all my guests, Scott Anderson, who left earlier, Prodigy Snake on the show. You will see him more on Revolution Wrestling FanZone and future episodes of Showtime at the Zone. I want to thank my co-host for this podcast show, Michael Miner. I know he wanted to get in with the interview last night, but Fatback Greasy kind of wanted that a one-on-one interview. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the TNA Revolution Wrestling FanZone podcast show for tonight. I want everybody to check us out again on the next Revolution Wrestling FanZone. We will have a new episode for the next show. We will preview the show. We will have a podcast show and a review show all 3 days of the weekend. You don't want to miss that from now on. But ladies and gentlemen, I want everybody to have a blessed weekend. Stay safe out there. God bless. And the owner, TNA Wrestling FanZone owner, Travis Neely, I want to say good night, everybody, and see everybody for the review show.
Get ready to fly. Get ready to fly. path been paid for. That's why he hit up top, like he belong there.